Chapter 53, Home. We flew into Robbinsog so fast that I had no idea what was going on until Dr. Marcacius put me on the ground in the living room of Robbinsog. What's going on? I asked. Dr. Marcacius screamed before I got an answer. What are you screaming about? Hannah was lying unconscious on the ground. She was not bleeding, but she was unconscious and had a taser, had a taser stuck in her. Needle stuck in her. How are we going to test this if it is still zappy or not? I asked. It is not zappy. If it would, we would still be able to hear it, said Dr. Marcacius. Dr. Marcacius went up to Hannah and removed the needle, and as he was doing that, Hannah began to move. Marcus? Hannah asked. Hannah? Dr. Marcacius asked. Marcus, I seriously do not know what happened. She came crashing through the window, and as I was about to attack her, she was super quick and turned the taser on me, Hannah explained. Who is she? Dr. Marcacius asked. She never gave a name, but I can only assume she was the return, answered Dr. Marcacius. Just then, the rest of our family entered. Marcus and George, explain yourselves, Mommy ordered. Your Majesty, I am sorry. I was trying to stop her, said Hannah. Shh, Dr. Marcacius said. Who is her? Mommy asked. Some burglar crashed into Robbinsog through the window and turned the taser on me really quick, but it all happened so quickly that I couldn't tell what was going on, answered Hannah. How did this happen? When did this happen, Mommy asked. 4:50 this afternoon, answered Hannah. Were you knocked out when we got here, Mommy asked. Yes, answered Hannah. You poor thing. The rest of you figure out what took it, or Mommy said. I'll go handle my room, I said. I went into my room and shut the door. I look around and nothing changed in the layout since I left the room, which was not robbed, and which meant I am able to go back in here for the main reason. I was looking for the ninth and final rule, which said, look at the back of your door. I then looked back at the back of the door, and there in black spray paint it said, Public Storage, Green Bay Road, Evanston, Illinois. Hey, Dr. Marcacius and Sam, I need you to come in here, I opened the door and yelled. Dr. Marcacius and Sam then entered the room. What is it? Sam asked. Shut the door, I said. Sam then shut the door. If you look at the door from in here, you can see the riddle to the answer to the ninth riddle, I said. Dr. Marcacius' jaws almost fell on the floor. Public Storage, 2050 Green Bay Road, Evanston, Illinois, Unit 62, said Dr. Marcacius. What's going on in there? Sam asked. Tomorrow, when we drop Hannah back off of her parents, Mom and Dad and I are calling her. Tomorrow, when we drop Hannah off of her parents, Mom and Dad are calling her parents right now to let them know what happened, and then we are taking care of her tonight, said Dr. Marcacius. Good, said Sam. Sam, should we let Mommy and Daddy know about the door? They're going to find out anyway, and they're going to have a trespasser through the house, I asked. We just got to say it was the burglar, not the return, answered Dr. Marcacius. We then entered the living room. Did the burglar steal anything for your room, Mommy asked. No, but there's graffiti on our door. Mommy and Daddy then rushed into the room. What? Mommy asked. This is an address with no number, said Dad. Either way, your room has been vandalized, said Dr. Marcacius. I'm still calling the cops, said Mommy. It didn't steal anything, I said. It jumped into our house, through the window, destroying it, and attacked Hannah, said Mommy. Dr. Marcacius then turned my head and looked at me directly in the eyes and winked at me. Mommy then called the cops. In the next hour, Dr. Marcacius was rubbing my back the whole time, but he had a smile on his face the whole time, which assured me that everything was going to be okay, even as Hannah was testifying. The cops then left and said we were now on it. Now I'm going to give you two a shout, Marcus and George. What for, Dr. Marcacius asked. You didn't shut the door when you entered here, thereby exposing George, and you abandoned us. And we had to schlep all this shit back here, said Mommy. Oh my God, you're right, Dr. Marcacius said, and I could actually tell he felt bad about it. Now go to your room, said Mommy. You too, George, because you were exposed to, and that is a sin I must send you to your room for, said Daddy. I was about to have a nuclear meltdown upon us saying that. No! I'm going to give you two options. One is you let Hannah in with me and George, or two, you let George go, said Dr. Marcacius. Neither! Because what you just said when George committed a sin is like saying that it isn't real, and you and Hannah being in there around George is inappropriate, said Mommy. Do I need to remind you about how orthodox of a family we are? Dr. Marcacius asked. Then I saw Dr. Marcacius look on his face exploding in anger. Hannah, do you remember that offer you made me several weeks back? Dr. Marcacius asked. About us going to New York City for 3 nights over spring break to visit the orphanage I was adopted from in the Bronx? Hannah asked. Yes, I'm going to do that with you, and Mommy and Daddy. And Mommy and Daddy, because of how you treated me after I was treated like shit on vacation, and you took Disney World away from me because of no fault of my own, and you give me a hard time for my birthday present, I purchased for me at Mammoth Cave when I deserved it for sending me, for sending me to my room now when it was after midnight and it's my birthday, where I am transitioning from a kid to an adult. You two are both white niggers, said Dr. Marcacius. Mommy and Daddy gasped. What is a white nigger? I asked. A phrase you never used, Daddy said. I knew I still had to go to my room for being exposed, so I entered my room. George, you may come out in the morning. Marcus, have fun staying here for your 18th birthday. It's too bad adulthood is going to start for you like this, and 2018 as a whole is going to start for you like this, said Daddy. Daddy even slammed the door shut. Okay, George, I know you have things you want. I know you have things you want to say to me. I have things I want to say to you, so who is going to go first? Dr. Marcacius asked. Are you just going to give me a hard time? I asked. No. I just know that you have a lot on your mind, and I have a lot on my mind. I'll go first. Go ahead. Why are you okay that the cops were called? Because we know the return broke the law, which means the return is up to malicious intent. So, should we stop trying to follow these riddles? No, and I will tell you why. You see, we're still going to try and catch the return, because the return broke the law and invaded Robbinsog. But what about saving Mommy? I asked. That's a thing of the past. Now we are going to take down the return because I do think we are dealing with a criminal, Dr. Marcacius explained. No saving Mommy? Unfortunately, no, because it was a home invasion. I then broke down crying. I am sorry, but there was nothing I can do about that, said Dr. Marcacius. I know, I said, whimpering. The only thing we can do now is pray. I know. Are you able to speak to me now? Yes. What made you think I couldn't? You crying. What is it you have for me? I asked. What is it you have for me? I asked. Since I'm going to have a bad birthday, I want you, Sam, and Hannah to give me a gift, answered Dr. Marcacius. What is it? How much will it cost? I want you to go up to that public storage tomorrow. Just you, Sam, and Hannah to see what is going on, said Dr. Marcacius. Okay. Thank you. If you do that, even if I am trapped in my room for my 18th birthday, I definitely won't consider it a shitty birthday overall, because we have progressed our goal, which is now to kidnap the return. Will do. Sam then entered the room. Are you going to bed now too? I asked. I'm just tired, answered Sam. That doesn't answer the question, I said. I'm just going to lay down and then maybe talk myself to sleep with me talking to you guys, said Sam. There was a pause as George was laying himself down on the middle of the bed. George, I owe you an apology, said Dr. Marcacius. What for? I asked. You said when we were discussing flaws with the taser that the return could enter through the window, and the return did enter through the window, and now it is going to cause all sorts of trouble, said Dr. Marcacius. Apology accepted, I said. I haven't said sorry yet, said Dr. Marcacius. Apology accepted, I said. Okay, said Dr. Marcacius. There was another pause that Dr. Marcacius interrupted. Sam, I am sorry for running straight over here from the car rental place and abandoning you, said Dr. Marcacius. Unnecessary, because that is because of the reason we were fighting for, which is to save Mom, said Dr. Marcacius. That is not the reason anymore, said Dr. Marcacius. What? Sam asked. What I mean is that the return broke the law. That means the return is up to malicious intent, which means that we are after a criminal now, not someone to save Mom. So I need you to run up to the public storage tomorrow to see what is going on at Unit 62 with George and Hannah, said Dr. Marcacius. So now this is about criminal catching instead of trying to save Mom, Sam asked. Yes, unfortunately. Dr. Marcacius answered. Is that why George is crying, Sam asked. Yes, I answered. Just a reminder, if Mom goes due to how much Dad loves her, he will probably soon follow, reminded Sam. Pray to God, then, said Dr. Marcacius. Or you, Sam asked. I'm going to, answered Dr. Marcacius. Me too, I added. I am sorry it has needed to come to this, said Sam. Just go up to the public storage tomorrow. We will figure it out from there, said Dr. Marcacius. Why are you sorry we are praying to our Lord? That is not something to be ashamed of, I asked. It is just that I'm sorry we need to be the one to catch the return now instead of trying to save Mom because the return is a criminal, Sam answered. Oh, so this is not about the Lord, I asked. Correct, it is about that we can't save Mom and we have to throw someone in jail instead, Sam answered. I see, I said. How is Mom doing now, Dr. Marcacius asked. She is cooking Hannah dinner. She is sleeping on the couch tonight. Mom or Hannah? Dr. Marcacius asked. Hannah, Sam answered. I saw her and Dad doing something that I felt was wrong, but I don't feel like I should tell you. What was it, Dr. Marcacius asked. They openly had a conversation that she should break up with you if she wants to because of how you just treated them, answered Sam. They really said that to her, Dr. Marcacius asked. Yes, Sam answered. How did she take it, Dr. Marcacius asked, with his anger in his voice. What you said to Mom and Dad was wrong, no question, but she kind of ignored it, answered Sam. Did she look offended, Dr. Marcacius asked? Normally, but I could tell she was offended, because Mom and Dad were saying that to her, she is dating the wrong guy, when she knows she isn't, and that she knows that her boyfriend is just having an episode, Sam answered. I see, said Dr. Marcacius. That is so unlike Mommy to do something like that, I said.